There it is. Okay. So in that right there, there's 2 different files. So you can go back and forth between those files. You can have as many of those as you need to. So that's where your multiple offer situations go in. Okay. And you can, when you hit, and each one of them has their submit to Market Center. The Market Center does want rejected offers with rejected on them and the date, you know, so that they want those in there for compliance. Okay. And again, at the end, if you, a lot of people say, well, what if I want to have all my documents in there? What about the title commitment? What about the inspection? What about all of those things? You could just go right over here and add a custom folder and call it other documents and save any documents you want in there for whatever you need. And now you have all your documents inside of there. Now here is the kicker, you guys, on your documents. If one of the documents you have is not listed, so the RE32, the multiple offer document, is not listed in the list. So you would go into your folder. I'm going to go into my under contract folder. I'm going to add an item. I'm going to call it the RE32 multiple offer. What kind of document is it? It's an agreement. If an additional note, you could write in there multiple offer with Mike and Brett or whatever it is, and then drag and find browse and find your form and add it. Now you've added another document to your list, and it should be right there. It's in there somewhere. Now that I've sorted it too many times. And you can store it right here by uploaded or not uploaded. So just click your status, and here are my uploaded and not uploaded documents. Why did that status weird? So again, wait a minute, this is not uploaded, it says. Refresh. Usually connects those same things. Any questions? From there, it's just submit for review. Now I've got some uploaded, but this is gray. When in doubt, refresh. And there it is. So you'll submit your listing documents for review. You'll submit each of your versions of your contracts right there. And then you guys, just so you know, it always defaults back to the listed folder after you refresh. Sorry. And once you add a multiple version, it defaults to the most recent one added. So even though the rejected offer will be there first. So I thought it through and I thought, well, would you want to put your rejected in first and then put your real one? So the real one comes up most recent. You can't change under contract. So it would always say under contract, and I can say rejected on the other one. Yeah, so those are just little nuances we've learned.
Jessica?
Yes.
What about e-signatures?
Okay, as of right now, okay, wait, hold please. I want to show you what it looks like after you submit for compliance. So the answer to that, John, is there is, if you go in and sign in to your applications and sign up for your DocuSign account, I did an e-signature through DocuSign through Command today. I missed a signature on my lead-based paint. I went in, I started a transaction right here, which connects me to my DocuSign. I added my signatures, I signed it, and brought it right in. When I hit when I went through and hit add a file, oh, I guess you can probably see it. Add a file. Nope. If I hit add an item. Nope. Where is it? I think I have to start a transaction first. Once you start a transaction, you create a room in DocuSign and there's documents in there, you'll have an option to add it from your computer or add it from DocuSign.
Jessica?
Yes.
With DocuSign, do we have, like, I know there was a Keller Williams version of .loop. Is there any special way we need to sign up for DocuSign, or just the regular DocuSign?
No, you have to sign up through your applications inside of Command. If you have a DocuSign account already, it does not connect to Command. You must do a Command connected DocuSign. Yep. So you do that up there. Okay, so let's take a look at what it looks like after we submit the files and they come back from compliance. So I'm going to go back out into my pipeline, and I'm going to find the one that we did today, which is the fake Marjack right here. So as you guys can see, if you have tags, I've made this too big. Yours also, you'll see your tag. Oh, I didn't put any tags on this one. Let me see if you guys can see. Let me see if you can see one with tags. No, there's my other fake one. under contract. So you can see here all my tags. So I easily can glance at those little tags. Super nice. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my actives. I'm going to go to fake Marjack right here. I'm going to go into documents. Now this file has been submitted for compliance. Hold while it gets excited. You're going to see over here in your folders, you're going to see, is this the wrong one? This is the wrong one. I thought it said fake 2 on this. Maybe I didn't.
Yes, she created
refresh.
you.
Refresh. Oh, sassy pants right there.
Just refresh.
Just refresh. And it must be right here. Fake 2. There's fake 2. The other one should have been the right one. Hold on. I probably got to quit creating so many opportunities under the same name. Nope, that's not there. Oh, rejected. So right here, you guys can see, I am in the listing folder right here. There's 2 documents in there. I've submitted for review and I've been rejected on this file. Then if I hover over the little note, incorrect item. So she went in and said, hey, this is not the right item. It might say you missed a signature or you missed an initial, but that is the note from compliance, rejected. This one was approved. So it's all there. Submit to Market Center. It's interesting. This should say rejected right here. When in doubt, refresh. Let's take a look. But when normally in compliance, you would see rejected in red letters right next to the file folder. Hold, is it warming itself up? Warming itself up. So anyway, but as you go through, there's rejected. Now, let's say you get the signatures and you get the initials and you want to resubmit. So in that case, hold on. This computer doesn't have enough brains to broadcast and think through this all at the same time. Hold on.
While you're holding, Jessica, there's a couple messages on chat.
Oh, what are those messages? I can't see any messages. Would you help us out?
Yeah, one says, can we still use .loop to sign? And one says, what if there's more than one offer?
Okay, you cannot use .loop for signatures any longer. It is officially, as of now, it is just a repository until they get everything moved over. So the functionality of .loop ended. Unless you pay for the, you can pay and extend your time in .loop. And then Nicole, what was the other question?
What if you have more than one offer?
Okay, I'll show you. Thank you for, well, I think I showed that once already. You go in and you create a second version in the under contract. And you put your, and you call it rejected and then the offer's name. And then you'll have that in there. Okay, so we're in here. We see rejected. Okay, but it's an incorrect item, but I have corrected it and I'm ready to go. So I've corrected the signatures. I've gone every through. I go right over here to the 3 little lines and I replace. Why are I uploading this document? I got the corrected doc. I find the new document, I browse. Is that my mouse? This poor old mouse. I browse for this and I'm gonna put this one in. Oh, this, and by the way, you guys, this happens. A document with this name already exists. The name of your document from your computer is important. So if you're trying to do RE10 the whole time and you don't have RE10 first one, RE10 1, RE10 2, it remembers and you've got to do RE10 1, 2, 3. It won't let you put the same named file in there twice. So I'd have to go back in and do a different file. So I'm just gonna look for a different file. Let's see if I can do this one. Okay, and I replace. So now it takes the old version and puts it in the history and puts the newest version in there. It's thinking. And so you can go into these 3 little dots and look at the version history of the documents for that one document. You won't create and add multiple. You just keep replacing until you have the correct one in there. Right here on the side. There's your version history. You'll notice here, replaced. So you get a little purple, hover over, there's my note. I corrected the document that note goes to compliance. I would go back up and submit to Market Center again. Okay? Any questions about that?
I just have a quick question. So if I have a file that's like looking at the end of September, and I've submitted it through .loop, so I'm like halfway through,
Mm-hmm.
I can't submit that through .loop anymore. Like now I need to turn it over to.
So Josie, on that, is that migrating or does she need to go back in and move everything over? Mm-hmm.
Yes, can you repeat that question?
Yep. She said, what if I've got a deal closing at the end of September in .loop? Do I have to go in and move everything over to command, or is it going to finish in .loop? And Josie said there was supposed to be, as of Monday, a way for there to be a banner that says go over, move your loops over, but we haven't seen that yet. So as of right now, I don't know the answer, but to that, because you can't submit your compliance, but I know we can't do compliance in .loop anymore, right? So yeah, we'll get a live answer for that. Okay. So I would say if it was me, because we have one closing tomorrow, I've moved, Marjack closes tomorrow. I've moved all my documents to here, just in case. I went and downloaded them all into a file and I uploaded them all here. Gave me good practice and it's ready to go. So, and then I'll do that for each one as they're coming up. That's what was my thought process. Okay, so from right here, any other questions about how to get your documents in or how to submit to the Market Center? It's not hard. I mean, it's not complicated stuff, so I think it's pretty user-friendly. Anybody questions? Yep, Amy.
Yesterday, Stephanie helped me import my contacts from Google,
Mm-hmm.
and we did it on my computer, and now I'm going to put the same account, and it's not showing up in here.
So you imported, when you say imported, you downloaded a spreadsheet or you went and synced it? And you synced it to Dale's account. Okay, so the question is Amy said she went in and synced up the Dale's contacts from Gmail yesterday, and she's in command today and they're not there. Okay. Okay, okay. So in the contacts, when you open up contacts like this, you have no contacts. Right up here at the top, Amy, do you have Dale's team selected? Are you on the contacts page right here? Okay. She doesn't have a team drop down? Okay. It's just a black bar. Okay, so that's when, and so I just thought about, because if it right here could be different. So if you do, and there's 0. Is there a members right here? Can you select, are you signed in as Dale? Okay. Is there a include shared contacts right here?
Yes.
Can you click that? Nothing happened? Okay, I will have to, yeah, I'll have to look at that. Yep, I'll have to look in the settings of that. Okay, put a pin in that. I can help with that. Anybody else? Questions? Yes. Tell me your name again.
Carrie.
Carrie.
Yes. If you've already answered this before, I'm
Nope.
sorry. So, okay.
We don't answer if you missed it because you were late for class. I'm just kidding.
So you have a listing.
Mm-hmm.
It goes under contract.
Mm-hmm.
It terminates.
Mm-hmm.
You get a new
Offer.
contract. Yes. How do you organize that?
Okay, the question is, so you have a listing, you got an offer, you got a contract, it fell apart, went back in the market, now you have a new one. Anybody want to give it a shot? Add another under contract. Let's go in. So first we would go to the listing. So we click right on opportunities. And depending on which stage you have that sitting in, again, you guys, if you haven't done the opportunities, it gets a little harder because you've had to choose where this goes. So let's assume you've got it under your under contracts from here. Now, if you, let's say it's this one. So if I go in, well, let me go to a fake one. I should not play with my real ones. So let's go to a fake one. So from here, okay, so I had one. So I was in the documents. I have a listing and I had it under contract. But now that one's done, right? So from here, you guys, what does she do? What does she do from here? Anybody remember? Adding a second offer into her under contracts. Nope. That is correct, but not for the documents.
Do you go to rejected offer, PB, and then create a new version?
Yes. Mike Nelson gets the star. So you're going to go to this drop down. Oh, go ahead. What?
Gold star for Mike.
Gold star for Mike. Click right here and you will add a version and you will name it. Now the drawback is if you, this is the hard part. I don't understand. I don't know how to rename this because you're under contract was that first offer. So you can't change this to be called rejected. So you're just going to do a new version and you're going to put, you know, new offer, different offer, real offer, whatever, you know, Smith. And so then you would have a second one because it would open up a whole new set, new version, call it, you know, current offer, Smith, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Create a new version. And now here's all your documents to upload. Uploading them and then submitting them to Market Center. Now, the reason I like that is because the most recent one that we just created is the first one. So that's nice. But so I would, in my mind, I want to go and put all the rejected offers first in the offers, but then it says current offer the whole time. I don't know. Those are personal issues. I like things organized.
I don't know if that's true, Jessica.
What isn't true?
You're disorganized.
Oh.
Shauna says anything started before we started.
Sassy.
Will be finished and done.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so the answer to Brittany's question, anything that you've started in .loop is finishing in .loop.
Does that include adding?
Yeah.
Adding an offer to a listing that's in .loop? You know, how you add a folder and add your.
Ask that question. Can she add because right now, can you add documents?
They just switched it from red to blue. I don't think. Is Shauna on there?
Shauna, are you on here? That's a good question. So you've got a listing out there, but you don't have an offer on it. My mind would say I would get the offers into command. But, you know, finish your listing approval and I would start your offers in command. But you could go in, I'm assuming, and add documents to your existing loop. You just can't start any new loops. But don't quote me on that. But if it was me, I'd put the offer in command. Yeah. Christy, Angie, Karen, see, Carrie.
So you can still get back to that rejected offer?
Right there.
Oh, you just select.
Yep, just select whichever one you want to go to.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, good question.
Jessica,
Yes.
yesterday, yesterday I put documents into .loop and it allowed me to do signatures. So I think you can still do it as long as they've already been started
As long as the loops have been created.
for the 90 days, correct?
Perfect.
Or until closing.
Perfect.
So it worked for me.
Okay, love it. Thanks, Linda.
So really, under contract it should be labeled the first one,
Yeah.
and then
Or be able to change
everything
it.
else is the first one.
I'm going to make that
said
suggestion.
If there are other versions of this,
Yeah.
can be assumed fail.
Right, exactly. Now, if you are super Hallie, like that Hallie, that's for your sassy comment before. So if you wanted to go in and be super Hallie, you could go into your under contract and replace your forms with the correct one, and then create a new version with the rejected and put them all in there. But again, I like the fact that the most recent one is the one that comes up default. So I kind of like that to be the most recent one because then I don't have to remember to click over because I always go, where is it? Oh, that's right. I got to change which version I'm in. Right? Did I just give you a great idea, Hallie, to make sure your under contracts are always right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Shauna agrees with you. She says if they have an active listing and no offer right now, they may want to move that to the now. So it's not for it's already there.
There you go. There you go. Okay, questions, more questions. Good questions, you guys. Like it. This is Q&A. So that is it. That is getting it submitted to the Market Center. It's right there. So now come up with anything. Any other opportunities, questions, command questions? I have a lot to talk about, but I'm not allowed to unless no one has questions.
Are people filling out their request for payment by hand, or are they just like docu-signing it? Like, what is everyone else doing right now?
So I don't know. So we actually just talked about that this morning, because you can't, technically I've got my DocuSign going. So I could technically put my request to pay in DocuSign and fill it out there. So as of right now, kind of like .loop, I could technically put it in there, which means Josie, probably we're going to need to have the compliance go into the office DocuSign account and get some of those things in there, because I can access it.
Wayne was working on the request to pay in DocuSign, and I'm going to follow up with her
Okay.
right now.
Josie says Dwayne's been working on the request to pay in DocuSign, so she'll get some updates on that. But I think other than that, you're going to be completing it in .loop if you've still got loops there, right? But if you're starting a new loop, then I would say, as of right now, until we have an answer, you would fill it out. Well, can I show them the commissions part? Okay. Wait, no, does anyone have any more questions?
I have a question regarding commissions.
Okay, well, we're going to do commissions next because we're illegally talking about that. Anybody else have anything that's legal to talk about before I go illegal?
Can we just?
Where do we find the DocuSign within Command? to
Okay,
sign up?
so right here, you can see right here, go to transactions. That connects you to DocuSign. If you have not started your DocuSign account, you've got to go up into your settings. Inside of your settings, you've got to go into applications. And I have already completed mine, but DocuSign will be in this list, and you need to begin your account. Sign up for DocuSign.
Okay, thank you.
And again, if you have a DocuSign account, they do not connect. You must sign up for a Keller Williams connected DocuSign account. There's no cost.
And this is the new e-sign.
Yep. Well, it is the new e-sign, kind of like if you use .loop to sign, because Form Simplicity still exists, and we do not have the forms in DocuSign. So you would be bringing in a form, and maybe you just need to correct a signature or add your initial. You can do that in DocuSign. I did that today.
It says they need to fill it out, save as a PDF, and upload to the opportunity and commit.
So from where? In .loop? Where are they going to get it from?
Okay, we'll find out.
Yep. Yep.
Stay tuned.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Any other questions with that? Did that answer your question? And that was Linda on getting to DocuSign. So inside of opportunities, once you've connected your DocuSign account, inside of an opportunity, it will say begin a transaction. That is the DocuSign transaction. That's when you can go in and do signatures. And like I said, I did one today, and I'm kind of a monkey with a gun. I've never been through a training or even looked at it. And I made it through it in about 5 minutes to put my initials on something. I clicked a lot of buttons though. Christy, Kristen, Krister, what? Carrie? Carrie?
Yes,
Carrie.
Carrie.
Yes.
Smart Alec.
A listing, if we're representing a seller and a buyer,
Mhm.
still have to do
Good question. Carrie says if you represent the seller and the buyer, you need 2 opportunities. Those are 2 separate opportunities. It's not like loops where you connect them and overlap them. Every opportunity is a separate transaction, separate commission. There's no put them together. Yep. Good question. What else you got, peeps? Okay, so good question. So Brittany asked, can you make the files private so other team members don't see them? The Rainmaker can always see everything. There. Ooh, and you want to keep it separate. You will not see her stuff.
Right, or vice versa. What if
Okay, that is well thought out. So because I just actually gave advice on my last team training that really probably comes into account. So on my last team training, in the team management, if you go into the settings, and team management, there is a setting in here that says, when you go back into command settings, into team management, there is a setting inside of the team management that says, can my agents on my team create private opportunities or private files? And I said, mark that no, so the Rainmaker can see everything. But in that account, the answer would be, yes, they need to be able to create a private one to keep the Chinese wall up. So the question was, if the buyer's agent has the buyer and the list on the same team, and the Rainmaker has the listing, and you don't want the Rainmaker to see all your stuff, then you would create those separately. You would need the private. Now, in that same aspect, if you are on a team, hopefully you got a transaction coordinator, and maybe you aren't getting into each other's files, but in that idea is, yeah, you would want to be able to create, be able to allow to create, I don't remember where that is. Opportunity settings. No, I don't know. It's in here somewhere. I'd have to click around for a minute. But there is a place. Can they make them private? Can they create their own privately or no?
That everyone probably has it on their computer as a file, but it's also on the internet under docs.
Listen, Dwayne, smart Alex. Do I need a voice memo? I don't save anything from that I would separate from .loop. So yeah, so you want to, I think we probably need to put that somewhere, send it out, and have everybody save it. We'll do something. Yeah, because we probably need to figure out a way to get it into DocuSign, because yeah, that's going to be probably the issue. Okay, got it. So that was on the request to pay. Where do we get it from? As of right now, it's fill it out separately, save it as a PDF, and upload it. As of right now, but we're working on it. Okay, any other questions? It's somebody talking and they don't have their name, so I can't call them out publicly. I can't publicly shame them. So, okay. All right, you guys, let's talk about some illegal stuff. So, this is not functional right now, disclaimer. Not functional, you do not need to do this. But in the event of multiple offers and beginning to fill out your commission disbursements in command instead of doing the request to pay. So let's go into my fake listing that's inactive. And let's say I get a fake, here's my fake listing and I get an offer. So right here inside of the opportunity is offers. This is where you would add an offer or add multiple offers. So if you have a new offer that's coming on this listing, you go in and you click add an offer. And you might say, this is Chris Italiano offer. There it is. And a bit, so good. At least 15% over list. Fantastic. So we'll go in here, you put the details. So the offer date came in today. The close date they want is 30 days from now. Then you have the parties. Who's the buyer? The buyer is Smith. The agent is Chris Italiano. They are pre-approved. Here is Chris's email. Her phone number, blah, 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 blah. Click on terms. Chris's offer is, I forget how much this is listed for, $230 or something. So cash offer of $100,000. They're financing $130,000. So the sales price she's offering is $230,000. She's giving me $1,500 of earnest money. There's no option fee. Her contingency, inspection contingency is going to be 7 days. And the seller will contribute $3,000 to closing costs. Agent analysis. I could type here, this is the pros and the cons of this offer, and what is my suggestion to the seller for this, okay? So pros, good down payment. Cons, Chris is the worst. No, I'm just kidding. Chris is a better negotiator. Avoid Chris. So in this right here, right? So I'm saying these are the good things about the offer. This is the bad things about the offer. Here's my advice. And I hit save. So now I got an offer from Kathy Carroll. I got an offer from Chris Italiano. If I went up and I selected these two offers, I can do a little comparison. and it allows you to download and email this little comparison sheet with my information and my suggestions on there to them. And you can download or email it to them. Back to offers. And in the end, when we're down to this, we say which one, I'm gonna go back and change this because so we can see it. Now that I have multiple offers, which one will I reject and which one will I accept? Okay, now let's say we go into negotiation. Let's say I counter offer both of them. I click right here and I add a negotiation. I'm gonna say, Chris, I know it's driving me crazy too. I don't know who that is. If you're not on mute, would you mute? Because we're hearing some buzzing. Chris, I counter 1. So next, I'm going to do the same thing. Any terms that I would change, go through. The parties would be the same. The terms, maybe we're going to counter offer her up to 135. So now the offer is 235. I'm going to say she needs to give $2,000 or $1,500 of earnest money, 7 days. I'm not paying any closing costs. Agent analysis. This is the same as you would be able to change that and hit save. Once I do that, now I can see the previous negotiations. So every counter offer, all the negotiations are right underneath there. So you have a history on that. But this is the most recent. You take a look and you decide which one you want and you accept and reject. So I'm going to reject this offer. I'm going to, and until you accept an offer, this commissions tab is gray. You can't fill that out until you accept an offer. Even on a buyer, you would put the terms of the offer and accept, okay? Right, yes. Good point. Chris is pointing this out. I'm showing you illegal things. You do not need to do this right now. But if you wanted to fill this out instead of doing the request to pay, this is how you get there. You put in the terms of an offer, you hit accept, and then once I accept an offer, commission opens up, commissions tab opens up, and this is how you fill out your request to pay. And then you would submit that. But you can't submit right now, which is why we're not doing that. Did I see a hand? Nope. Nope. You have to enter all that information. Listings are completely separate from the offer. You can add it from the KWLS. Yes. Hold on. I got to see who this is. All right. Who's buzzing? I'm going to find him. Okay. There we go. I got you. There you go. So you don't have to do any of that, but when you're back at the initial part, back into the card right here, you can connect to the KW. You would go in, well, I'll show you where it is. It's in the details. It's right here in the property address. And if the property address is active in the MLS, it would pull from the KWLS and it would be right here. Yep. And on a listing, and when you're entering one in, it'll say, on a listing, it'll say select from KWLS. And it goes in, you click in the address and you find it. Yep. Let me show you. I can show you what that actually looks like. Right there. So when it is connected through KWLS, it looks like this.
And so it's that area in negotiations.
Yep. So if you go into offers, it doesn't pull anything over. I mean, that doesn't affect anything. Okay. Yeah. I've just been asked that. Yep. A lot of in there with that on there. Yep. Yep. Is it required? I don't see why it is, but if you're doing a listing, if you're doing that, you would connect it up. I assume down the road it's going to have some functions to it. Okay. That you can adjust it maybe in there or something. I don't know. Yep. Okay. Okay. So let's go back into that commission. So you go back in, and once you've got an offer accepted, you can open up your commissions. You'll go through and say, here's the final purchase price. I'm getting 3%. So here's the calculation of my commission. You can add in notes if you needed to. So here's the commission. And when we're expected closing, if you have a co-broker, pay the co-op agent or the referral fee, you'd add it right there. It says this agent, which is me, getting this total commission. Well, what if I am splitting that with the buyer's agent and the rainmaker? Then I would go and change this 35.25. I change 3525. You'll see it adjusts over here because here's the total commission and I do not have all the money paid out. So I've done 3525. I have 3525 to pay out to somebody else. So I would go down here to the bottom and maybe I'm going to do, this will be live time. Whether you're capped or not capped, it will be automatic.
It's not right now.
It's not, but again, that's why this function is not open.
Not on my side.
Yep. Yep, you will not do any of this. It will be automatic. I'm going to add $25 to KW Cares. That's from me. And then I'm going to, if I add an item, eventually this is going to be, we'll explain it later, add an agent. So here's where we add the other agent. I'm going to select Nicole Crosley. Oh, she's not an agent in our office. There's Chris. Chris and I are splitting this baby. I'm going to add her. Now I'm going to give her the other 35.25. I think it should, because we shouldn't have to touch the units. And it's a half a unit, so that doesn't show up. So as you can see now, that red is gone. I've dispersed out to Jessica and Chris. All the commission, I cannot add anyone else because all payments amounts have been distributed.
Jess,
At that point, we would hit submit, and that is submitting your request to pay to the office, which is not open now, so don't watch this. Yes.
what about commissions based or less seller concessions?
You will change the purchase price.
Okay.
Yep, you will, as of right now, because that's something very unique to us. People are blown away that we do that. You would go right here to the purchase price and reduce the purchase price minus the sale concession. At this point, I would not do it till the very end. Yeah, and there's no way to add your transaction fee in here, and there's no way to add item. I thought these were a subtract, but they're not. Oh, there's a concession.
There's a concession and a deduction. That's where you pay outside the firm.
Is the concession on the closing? Oh, there it is, right there, Hallie. There's concession. Off the top is the market center paying amount, maybe $3,500 or something. Add.
For you to add that transaction.
And that's where you can add. So you can add. Now, I do notice on here that you can add. I'm going to wait for it to, before I click around, because if I click too fast, then its brain shuts down. There's the sales concession. Does it adjust? Did it adjust my commission? 35.25. Oh, yeah, I'm 0, but it came off of my side.
They'll always come off the Rainmaker side.
So anyway, we'll have to work that kind of out when we get to it. But here's where the things are that you can, deductions inside referrals, bonuses, that kind of stuff.
Like a deduction is where you can have a transaction.
So if you do add a deduction, FYI, in here, it does ask you for their EIN number or their social security number. You have to put the W-9 information in there. So that would be in there.
What they say is on the back end, it's still in your own database. So I think, well, this active right off the get-go, but it should be built in your database, just like contact.
Oh.
It's there.
Nice. So that it should be able to populate. Great. So in that also, so if that right here, Kendra, can they add, if they charge a transaction fee, is that going to be bonus? Let's see what happens when I add a bonus.
Well, no, we don't do that. It doesn't go as bonus. If you have a like $495 transaction fee that is paid at title,
Yeah.
you just add it to your commission.
You just added the final amount of the commission in the end.
Yeah.
So now that interesting you say that, because it doesn't allow you, it wants a percentage. Maybe I'll try to do it. So let's add a 450. Let's hit add.
Let me call and talk on that, 'cause that's what we're doing right now, and it won't allow you to separate a transaction fee out where I'm actually figuring
Yeah.
more. And so I don't know how this is going to import. You know,
Because right there, here's the commission, and it added 450 as bonus. It added it right there. So I wonder if that's where we're going to add it in.
Let me verify that.
Yeah.
If that's what we do.
Okay. Because I'm looking at this. If you add this commission of 3%, if I added $400 to this, oh, that changes the percentages for us. Okay. There we go. Anyway, again,
Right now, when this
none of this matters, but you guys can see this is what's coming. This is what's replacing. You will not fill out that request to pay anymore because you'll just do everything here. And what's nice is though, everyone's always like, did you add this? Go back in and change the DA. you'll be in control of how that looks. You'll look at everything and you'll make your changes. Whatever you want to do, you'll do it right there.
And when it kicks in, is what I'll do is approve it or decline it, send it back to you.
Yep.
Because I won't be able to change it.
Yep.
I can't change it at all. So basically, if something changes at the closing table and you're expecting 3,000 and your commission's actually dropped down to 2,500 at the last minute, when I get the closing doc, I'll kick it back to you
Yep.
with a note saying, hey, this changed. So I guess when I get in there, I'll approve. And I think at that time too, have you heard anything, Jess, that I think it's been a big request that creates a DA.
Yeah. So if you approve, it will create a DA to send to title. But if you go in and make any changes to it, there has to be a reapproval or you can't use the DA. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So in that, you guys, if anybody else didn't hear that, this idea is you're supposed to be able to control it. So in the end, if there's a commission that comes in and it doesn't match what's in here, Kendra will kick it back to you to make corrections to your commissions section. You'll correct it so it matches up with what she's got before she disperses. Yep. Any other questions?
What about on chat? Are there any questions
Oh, on chat. Chat. LOL. Yeah.
Which part?
LOL back at 143. Yeah.
So, Jessica?
Yep.
How do I get this thing that we just filled out to the title company so the title company pays?
You do not do that yet. That is not available, but down the road, you will click submit. The Market Center will approve it and you will get a DA just like you do now that you can send a title.
Okay, because that's what you want is title to cut our checks, correct?
Correct. Yep. Okay. So eventually when this is all functioning, because right now the reason it isn't functioning, it's not talking. Your splits are not auto-populating. So it's supposed to be figure that all out for you. You don't, whether you're capped or not capped, it's supposed to be automatic. You don't have to know that.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 So in that, so what Kendra just said is you can go in and fill this out right now and she'll be able to see it. And so if you wanted to do it that way, she can go and see that, but just know it's not flawless. It's not like we're using that. So you can't get a DA that way and think that someone's watching this and doing all that stuff. Yeah, the cap is all wrong, so it's not going to have the right split. So, yeah. Yep. But that's coming. I mean, I'm sure it's darn close because that was supposed to happen as of Monday. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, you bet. Anything else you guys can think of? Anybody want to see anything else on command while we're here? Are you kind of excited? I like it. Brett doesn't like change. Doesn't like change.
On the, I know this is illegal, but on the commission's
illegal.
part,
okay, yes.
The royalty and the cap are going to be correct when we start using it.
Yep, and that's why it's not active right now. It will be live time. Which means when you go in to fill out a commission, it will show how much you have left on your cap and whether you have a split, whether you have a royalty, all of that will be active. You don't even have to do it. It's automatic.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. So that'll be super fun. Which also means that all of your updates in your reports, you can see where you're at all the time on your cap. It's live time instead of waiting for the end of the month all the time. You'll see it live time. Any other questions?
Can you fill out the stuff in the listings for me?
Can I fill out the stuff? I cannot.
There's so much.
There's
I'm dragging my feet on that.
Yeah. So in that, so it's so you guys, the one thing that we do talk about is there's going to be a little more of you filling out stuff, but this will start to be second nature. You know, it'll start to get where you're used to filling out, because before we didn't use all the functionality of .loop. Most market centers, you had to go fill out all the details and create a green sheet and do all those things. Most people are doing all that. The Market Center has shielded everybody from that in the past. And now we're being thrown right into the pool. Everybody's like, what do you use? A big deal. We've been doing that forever. Well, it's new to us.
Is there some stuff that a transaction coordinator traditionally will take care of?
All of this stuff, as of right now, if you have a transaction coordinator who is working in your .loop, they will do the same thing. They'll sign into your command and do it like this. Yep. The difference is, I will say, so Mike Nelson points out a good thing, is will a transaction coordinator work in this now rather than .loop, and can they do all this? Yes, but if you don't have your opportunities set up, it's really hard because it's just the template. It doesn't have all of your nuances to it. So they're like, where do I start it for you? When do I pick it up? Where is it, you know, because this is meant to be a full transaction system. It's not meant to be halfway used. So in that, as I look back on the listings, you guys, how you move it through. So right here is, we started a file. You did not have an under contract option. The farthest along you could start an opportunity is active, because they hopefully wanted you in it before. And you just move this card from stage to stage, or you would drag it up. Wait, I'm not gonna move this one. Is that, yeah, that's fake. Move it up and drop it into my actives. So this is now it's actually under contract, and I have it in my under contract stage. But you can't, when you start the opportunity, you can't go to under contract as your stage. The farthest it'll let you go is active. And then once you get all your stuff in there, then you can actually drag your card to under contract. So we do have the opportunities training all recorded from the last couple of weeks. And are we doing it again or no? Are we done with it, Josie? Okay. Yeah. Yep. But it's, you know, if you sit and do the 2 hours, your opportunities will all be set up by the time you're done. We literally walked through setting them up.
We are just trying to submit one of my files. And do you have to put, like, where we're on the team, do I have to put that my buyer is owned by the Chris Italiano real estate team?
It should not. It should auto. If you guys are set up as a team with the Market Center, you are already on her team.
I know, but like when I
They should all be owned by Chris.
okay.
That should automatically happen. So I wonder if you started an opportunity, so I'm the Rainmaker. Well, you're not the Rainmaker, so you wouldn't have that. The Rainmaker has an opportunity right here to start private ones. But if you're on a team, it should only give you the opportunity to do it on the team. Does yours show a team right there?
Yeah, so I created an opportunity and put the documents into the buyers. But it asked me if it was Chris Italiano, like it made me put in the team, and then it says owner Chris Italiano.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she's the assignee. So Brittany asked a question. When she was submitting, it stopped her and said, hey, you've got to put in Chris, or you've got to put in select the team, and then the Rainmaker was auto in there, and so it was automatically saying Chris was the owner. And then you needed to add yourself as the assignee in that. That's the way teams will work. If you are listed on a team right now, the Rainmaker will own all the opportunities. And then you add yourself as an assignee, and it should auto add you as an assignee because you started it in your own system. Hopefully that did that, but yes, you have to select that it's on the team. Yep. And until you do it the first time, if you don't understand what that means, you will the first time you go to submit something. Just remember those words. Okay, last chance, Jack Kendra.
I've got a suggestion.
Yes.
Everybody's been in their plan, I think, with a whole bunch of test opportunities.
Yes, probably a lot of people have test opportunities like fake Marjack.
Yeah, and so now that we're going live, we're like, what's going on? So is there a way for them at this point to go in, we can't do it on our side, go in and make it either a failed opportunity or delete it?
Yep. Yeah, so if you have fakies, let's walk through that. That's a really good point. So Marjack is fake. So I don't want this anywhere in my pipeline. So you can go in here and view the details, or click here. You can click on lost opportunity, but I don't encourage that, only because that means it's trying to count you in your numbers. It'll put you in those stats. And I don't want those in my stats because this isn't real, right? So I don't want to mark lost opportunity. I want to archive this. I want to archive this, and now I'm under pressure. And so I'm gonna have to, hold on, I have to click for a minute.
And can you do this in every stage? Like if they take their lot of information.
Yes. Yes. I have to go to the files. In the listing, in the opportunities, in the details. in.
Oh, do you just go to all opportunities and,
Is it there? Is it in all opportunities?
yeah.
Okay. So go back here. So while this is the card view, but if you go back all the way to your pipeline, so you see listings and buyers, there is the all opportunities. That's just a big list of all your stuff. So from here, there it is. Mike Nelson, second gold star of the day. So I'm going to search for my fakes. There they are. I'm going to go right in here. I'm going to archive them.
So archive them, you do not make them fail.
Failed means that it will put it in your stats that you started one and it dropped off. So your conversion rates will be affected.
Okay, so it's
Archive.
archive.
Yep.
And then can you delete from the archive? Like,
Let's
if you're
look.
Really, you know. Maybe you can't. We don't want you to. Basically, delete. I'll include archive.
Oh, did you see that? Include archive.
Include archive. So before it hides them automatically. So now if I type fake, there they are. And I don't see where it shows archived, but maybe I'm too big. Well, it doesn't show that it's archived in right here. But there's a restore. So there you go. I wonder if I go into my settings. Oh. I go into my settings, my opportunity settings. Nope. In my sales pipeline, management opportunity archive. Inside my archive, there is restore, but it does not look like I can delete.
Anyone have questions on how to merge their contacts or import their contacts?
Yes.
Don't say merge,
Import.
not merge.
Import.
Import?
We're all
Okay.
nodding our head.
Okay. So let's do it.
It's in a weird, obscure place that you can't find.
So let's go back from the very beginning. Okay, so do you want to import your contacts or do you want to sync your Google contacts? Sync your Google contacts. Perfect. That data has incorrect format on product
You have
update.
to do the,
PySync. Yep, PySync. Nope. Nope. So inside of here, data has incorrect format on product update. I wonder if they just did a big update and now it's got to catch up. So from right here, guys, I'm going to show you how to sync your Google contacts, your Gmail contacts, and a two-way sync. So from now on, if you put them in command, they show up in Gmail. If you put them in Gmail, they show up in command. So kind of like if you remember the old words of a POP versus IMAP. This is a IMAP function.
There was a point in time earlier in this process that you told us not to do this, right? And I think it was like,
That was a very way back. Yep, way back. Oh yeah, MailChimp also. Yeah.
Is there a way to only do one direction, Jess, with the
Yep.
syncing?
Good question, Hallie. Let's show you that. Yes, you can sync one way. So you can go in here. It just means who wins. You'll go in and set the settings of who wins. Click. Which bar?
Just a solid bar.
You've got too big. Your screen is real little, so zoom out. Go up to your three dots. Are you using Chrome?
control plus and minus.
I would. Chrome is the best browser for command. But yeah.
So we choose Google Contacts.
Yep. So you go up to here. You're going to go into settings. Oh, my mouse catch up with itself. So you're going to click here and you're going to settings. Once you're in settings, you're going to go into command settings over here on the right.
Control plus and minus.
And you'll go into applications. Okay. Out of applications, you're going to scroll down and you're going to get into PieSync. And yours will say, I think, connect account,
Yes.
something. And so when you go in here, connect more, let me see if it'll show up. So you're going to hit connect account and it should show up with PieSync, and you're going to connect the Google contacts. You're going to connect your Google contacts. Okay. Now I can't show it to you right now because I'm in my account and mine's are already connected. But what you'll do is you'll connect the Google contacts. Now what I want you to do is just read through top to bottom the instructions. It is exactly tells you. Do you want to do configure? Yep. You want to do two-way? Do you want to do one-way? Which, it'll even allow you after you get through 2 screens to say which fields go to which fields. And so you'll connect it all the way through. It'll walk you through those contacts. Just make sure you're doing a two-way sync. You don't want to do a one-way sync. You want to do a two-way sync. If you want to be able to add one in Command and they show up in Gmail, add them in Gmail, show them in Command. You can do a one-way sync, but just know it means where it doesn't go both ways. Okay? So that goes through PieSync connecting Google. I can't walk you through it because I've already, I can go back to the demo account. Go to settings, then go to applications under command settings. Yep. And then once you're in there, you're going to go into PieSync.
When a conflict change is detected, which one do you say?
Okay, so Brett brings up, so when you're going through setting up that PieSync, when there's a conflict detected, which means there's a Brett Magleby here and a Brett Magleby there, which one wins and the other one, which one's the winner? So depending on how you feel, I say command wins because that contact might be attached to an opportunity or a contract. So if you're working in command day to day and you update their email address or their phone number, you don't want Gmail to win because what Gmail is going to do is come in and change command to match it. You want Gmail to change to match command because you're working in command. Right, so change in command. So command should win because what you're doing, your database is command. So if you're making changes in an opportunity, you don't want it to go and say, oh, I have a different email address in Gmail. Let's change command to match Gmail. You want it to go, no, 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 command is correct. Change Gmail to match command. Or, you know, does that make sense? Because if you're using Gmail as your database and you're not using command as your database, you can go that way. But remember, command is where all your opportunities are. So when you have a DocuSign in there and you update an email address in Gmail, and it deletes the email address that you had in for DocuSign. Does that make sense?
Yeah, why don't you just do it in Gmail? Why can't you just make a change in Gmail so
you can. Just know that. Just know that.
Because that's where we live. Like on our phone, we're texting, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the idea behind command is to get away from living in Gmail. Because your Gmail will be integrated.
Be tough for me to
yep.
get completely
Yep. Yep. But remember, we are partners with Google. We have an embedded team at Google to make Gmail work in command seamlessly. So that comes eventually. You'll text. You can text out of command. You can do that now. It just isn't your own phone number. It isn't your cell phone number. You have a different number, but you can text out of command. It will sync up your contacts. So if you've been emailing them out of Gmail, all of that history will be in their contact and command. All of that will happen. So eventually, Brett, they are making it so, because exactly right. Everyone says, listen, I live in Gmail. I live in my contacts. And the idea is you can move to command and not lose everything you had in Gmail. And if you work in command, it doesn't leave Gmail hanging. It sends everything to Gmail. So if you did open up Gmail, everything would still be there. That's the idea. So it's up to you, but I would recommend as we move toward this to get to where if you're going to be working in your file in command, you're probably working in that. And if you want to remember to go to Gmail, or I have to start in Gmail and then jump to command, the idea is to get rid of having to do that. I just have to go one place. But we know we're going to do our contracts in command. So that's why I suggest winning command wins. Yeah.
And if you have your contacts in other formats, you should basically be able to download
Mm-hmm.
it into a CSV file, and then Scotland will help you get the
Yep.
folder.
Yep. If you have any other database anywhere, even on your phone, download it to a CSV file, which is basically a spreadsheet.
Yes.
And And Scott Leroy will help you get them into command. And contact Josie on that.
It's empty with Josie. I don't know why.
Got it. Okay. What else you got? 4 minutes.
Apple was really hard. I know you've got an iPhone.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Apple had to
Oh.
download it from the iPhone. Do you know how?
I'm seeing iCloud.
iCloud. You can connect iCloud. There's a sync for iCloud. I haven't tried it yet, but there is. Yeah, there's an iCloud sync in PiSync.
Well, I think everything online goes to.
Yeah. Yeah, I've set mine up that if I enter something in, it goes to my Gmail contacts. Yeah. Yep. Okay. This is the final word.
Mapping? Did you add any more mapping?
I looked through it. I thought the mapping was good. It's just how you've used Gmail. If you've done something different it should be the simple, if you used it the simple way, like I'm pretty simple in Gmail. If I did that and I didn't use a different field for something else, it should work just fine.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a couple questions on the chat.
Chat.
And I was gonna ask Ian, how do I transfer my contacts from Ian?
Yeah, you just go into the sync. And if you've done it for the first time, if you sync for the first time, it brings them over. Yeah, e-edge right here. You connect your e-edge. Supposedly, this is supposed to, mine says it's not connected. That's weird. Oh, multiple accounts. Oh, by the way, we need to work on that. I don't know if the Pocatello contacted you guys, that because they're in the business center, it's not working. Because we have, they can't connect the business center because we've set it up for .loop in the market center. So they're members of both. Well, this will only let them connect to the business center for some reason. And then none of their contacts are in there. We can talk about that afterwards, but that's Pocatello.
So
Jessica, I tried to merge my e-edge and I got that same message you're getting. Multiple office accounts were identified, so.
Yeah, so I wonder if, I'm in multiple offices though. So that might have
I'm
something
not,
to do with it.
but I'm not, and I got that same message.
Oh, okay. Let's work on that. I'll take that offline and see if we can find that out.
Thanks.
Josie?
2 questions on.
Oh, I can't click off of this. There we go. Okay. If you can unclick lost opportunity and set it back. Yes. Yes, Sheila. Yes, you can unlost an opportunity. It'll just sit in there as a lost opportunity, but it is you can bring it back to life. And then from Evan, are we logging into command or our KW homepage? You are logging into command, agent.kw.com. But if you do log in to my KW, it's under the technology tab and command is the first one. But you don't have to go that route. You can go agent.kw.com. Either way. Good questions. Okay, guys, that's it. Josie's going to send out, we'll have a video on doing the full start to finish of the uploads and things. It'll be available to everybody, and they're working on the request to pay.
Have them check KW East Idaho on Facebook for any.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you're a member of the KW East Idaho Facebook group, because they'll probably be able to have that. They'll be communicating in through that. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Good luck on taking command of your business. Jazz hands.
Is that the slogan?
I don't know.